Hi, my name is David. Welcome to my course Start Hacking at HackerOne. Imagine that you can hack legally. Imagine that you can get paid for your findings. And in addition to this, imagine that you can hack the greatest companies in the world like Twitter, Yahoo, Uber, Coinbase, and a lot more. Is that possible? Is it realistic? Can this dream come true? Is there any kind of platform that allows you to make this dream come true? The answer is yes, there is a platform called HackerOne. This is the platform for you, dear researcher, bug hunter, pen tester, ethical hacker. This is something amazing. We've got this platform, and you can right now go to HackerOne, you can sign up, and you can make this dream come true. It's really amazing. HackerOne is a platform, and at the same time, this is a company. And in this course, I'm gonna show you how you can start hacking and making money today at HackerOne. I'm gonna give you a fresh knowledge. I'm gonna give you a kind of a starter, how you can do it, how you can actually start hacking and making money. So I'm really excited to start this journey, and I want to share my experience. I'm really fortunate enough to be one of the top hackers at HackerOne, and a lot of people have been asking me in the recent years how they can start playing with this beautiful, fantastic platform, how they can start hacking, have a lot of fun, and earn some money in the end. And this is it. And that's the reason actually why I decided to create this course. So let's start the journey and let me discuss what's covered in this course. So let me jump to the table of contents. HackerOne is really your big opportunity. There are, many different options for you, and there is actually a plethora of options. One big opportunity. And this is actually a life changer for many hackers. I know quite many hackers that just invested their time in this platform, and it was like wow for them. And I want it to be also great for you. So first I'm gonna tell you about HackerOne, what it actually is, how it works, and you need to have this kind of understanding of this platform before we go to the technical part, before we go to the bugs that are accepted by companies that you can find, submit, and you can get your money. But at the very beginning, you have to understand this platform and how this kind of stuff works. So this is what I'm gonna cover first. And then I will jump to the list of 5 bugs. As I already told you very briefly, I want you to have a kind of takeaway from this course. And I want you to, after watching this course, be able to start hacking and making money. That's why I've got this list of 5 bugs, something that you can start with. And it has proven to be successful. It has proven to be working. Because I really was able to submit different bugs and I was able to get some money with these bugs. So I'm gonna share these bugs with you. Really good, fresh starter for you. I want you to understand these bugs, so I will make some kind of consideration about this list of bugs. I've got 5 bugs carefully selected for a start, but I want you to understand what is a good bug and what is a bad bug, right? Because you have to focus. If you want to be successful, you need to have this kind of knowledge. You need to be focused. You need to know what actually works. You can experiment on your own, right? You can invest your own time and see this works and that doesn't work. But you don't have to do this experimenting. I can share my knowledge. I can tell you what works at the very beginning and what I recommend you to do. What kind of strategy is a good strategy, to start with. So there will be a couple of considerations, and then we will go to the technical part. Very important, I would say crucial, because you need to find these bugs, you need to be able to understand these bugs, submit these bugs, talk to the different program owners, and yeah, and finally you can get your rewards. So the 5 bugs are like this. I'm gonna show you how the password reset link from the web application can be automatically disclosed to external domains. A very powerful, very nice attack, because this attack actually leads to account takeover. Definitely, we don't want the password reset link of the user to be disclosed to external domains, and it happens in quite many companies, and I'm gonna discuss this bug for you. Then I'm gonna show you how you can get access to the account of the logged out user. This is quite nice bug, because when you are logged out and you see that you are logged out, then you basically assume that, well, indeed you are logged out, because you see. What you see is what you believe, right? But it doesn't work this way. And the fact that you see that you are logged out does not necessarily mean that you are logged out. And well, it might sound to be quite complicated or mysterious right now, but well, I will go to the details in this course. And I see this kind of problem quite often in different companies. After that, I will jump into insecure processing of credit card data. Another nice bug. Well, credit card data, this is obviously very sensitive piece of data, and we want this data to be processed securely. And credit card data is almost everywhere. Think about e-commerce, think about online shopping. It's everywhere, it's ubiquitous, and there is a chance for you. There is a chance for you to go from one program, one website to another website and see if a given problem that I'm going to discuss here happens in a given web application or not. And this is something that is really interesting for people, because, well, we are talking about your money, right? Credit card data, money, payments, and stuff like that. So it's gonna be discussed next. After that, I will discuss the subject related to the disclosure of authentication cookie. Authentication cookie is very sensitive piece of data. Once you are logged in, then from that moment on, the only piece of data that is used by the web application to recognize the user is a cookie with session ID, the so-called authentication cookie. And the security of your web application is as strong, as the weakest point in the chain. And quite often the weakest point in the chain is processing of authentication cookie. And the nice example that I'm going to show you, that I'm going to demonstrate, is that your authentication cookie can be disclosed over an insecure channel, even if your web application is protected by secure HTTPS. This is an eye-opener for many people and a great opportunity for you, so I'm definitely gonna discuss this stuff. Last but not least, we've got user enumeration. We really don't want the attacker to be able to enumerate the users of the web application, right? We don't want the attacker to build up a list of emails of different users who have the account in a given web application. We don't want it to happen. It's quite obvious, and hackers are smart. They can try different ways of getting this kind of information, and I'm going to discuss it as well, how smart hackers think, how they work, and how they can figure out who is registered in the web app and who is not. So the user enumeration. This is basically this list, and I love demos, and I do believe in demos, in hands-on exercises and stuff like that. So for every single bug, you're gonna have technical overview so that you can really understand what this problem is all about. And after that, I will jump to the demo. I'm gonna show you step by step how a given vulnerability works, how you can detect this vulnerability, so that you really understand how it works in practice. So yeah, very basically, this is it. We are right now done with an introduction, and I can't wait to invite you to the next video where I will focus on HackerOne platform, and I want to really show you that this is really a big opportunity for you. So without further delay, let me jump to the next video. Hello guys, how are you? I hope that you are excited, and let me make you even more excited in this video. HackerOne is really your big opportunity, and now I'm going to show you why. I mean, you've got some understanding, but what you will see on this slide is something even more exciting. So as you already know, you can hack legally at HackerOne and you can make money. What kind of money you can make? Well, there are different rewards. And the rewards are like, for example, $100, $1,000, or even $10,000 per bug. Can you imagine this? You can submit a bug and get $1,000 or $10,000 per one bug. It's amazing. It's just amazing. And you can hack many different companies. The greatest companies in the world are a part of this platform, right? For example, Twitter, Yahoo, Uber, Coinbase, Slack, and a lot more. Even United States Department of Defense, so the government. It's just amazing. You can see it wherever you want in the world. And if you've got the internet connection and knowledge is very, very important, then you can, do this kind of beautiful work remotely. You can remotely hack the biggest clients legally, the biggest companies. You can make money. It's just amazing. This community around HackerOne is like 100,000 hackers. It's actually over 100,000 hackers. So a lot of people are hacking, during the day and during the night. So yeah, this is happening. This is happening, and I really encourage you to go there and see how these things work in practice. I'm gonna tell you even more. I've got some data that HackerOne published, and this is really nice. Bug hunters have earned 20 million in bug bounties until 2017. Can you imagine this? $20 million. Of course, this is a collective amount of money, right? Because we've got over 100,000 hackers. But this is just impressive. And bug bounties, just to give you more understanding, bug bounty is like a reward for your submission, a reward for the bug that you have found, right? So bounty actually is a kind of reward, right? And that's why we are talking here about the so-called bug bounties. So this is a kind of terminology that you also need to be familiar with, right? So if someone say, I got a bounty, it means that he got actually a reward. And what are the estimations now? What are the estimations of HackerOne? The bug hunters are expected to earn $100 million by the end of 2020. This is an opportunity for you. It's incredible how this company is, accelerating the security industry, and how many very skilled hackers from different corners of the world are participating in this platform. Just amazing. What's more, you can hack all the things at HackerOne, really. You can hack web apps, mobile apps, desktop apps. So, probably if you are listening this course, some people are probably web app hackers, some people are mobile app hackers, some other people focus, for example, on network, infrastructure security testing or pen testing. Guys, it's out there. Just go to a given program, read the terms of this program, and find out if you can really apply your skills to improve the security of a given company and get money at the very end. That's it. So don't think that only web apps are in scope of these programs. No, there is a lot of different things like, as I mentioned, mobile apps, desktop apps, network, infrastructure. Just go to a given program and see the details. But to be honest, web apps are the most predominant ones. Because, web apps and web services are, let's say, everywhere. every single company has web apps, right? So this is the most popular target, but you've got other targets as well. And let's say the another notable example is, for example, mobile app. So let me wrap up this video with a URL, HackerOne.com. This is what you need, HackerOne.com. Just go there, sign up there. Now you have a kind of understanding why this platform is really cool and why you should be a part of this platform. And yeah, I'm even more and more excited about this course when I'm teaching this right now. So this is how HackerOne works, basically. Now you've got a kind of understanding of this platform. So in the next video, I'm gonna tell you something more about the bugs, the good bugs, the bad bugs, a kind of strategy that is good for the beginners who want to start the journey at HackerOne. So let's jump straight to the next video. Hello guys, how are you? I believe that you are really excited about the content so far. And in this video, I'm going to discuss a kind of strategy for the very beginning, right? So I want you to have a good starter, good knowledge for a start. And I don't want you to waste a lot of time experimenting with different kinds of bugs. So I want to help you to build a mindset of bug hunter, what really works and what doesn't work. So if you've got this kind of overview, understanding, if you build up a kind of strategy at the very beginning, that strategy that has proven to be successful for me in the recent years, then you can really increase your chances of finding the good bugs and getting paid at the very end. So let's continue. Your question might be like this: how shall I actually start hacking and making money at HackerOne? It sounds cool, but I don't know how to start with. How shall I think about, different bugs? I need to focus on something. Tell me what this something is. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you exactly. That's why I've got this video. So I recommend you to focus on medium and high impact bugs. And the rationale behind this is like this: the more severe bug you will find, the more money you will get at the very end. So this is a very basic relationship. And that's it, right? So companies are interested in high impact bugs, and you, bug hunter, ethical hacker, you should also be interested in something like this, because it actually means that you can earn more money. Okay, the next point. So let's build your mindset, the bug hunter's mindset. At the very beginning, when you start your journey, when you are a beginner in this platform, I really recommend you to focus on the bugs that you can find quickly. So when you are a beginner, you don't know what works, what doesn't work. You've got some assumptions, but I know from my experience that there are different companies. Some companies respond quickly, some companies respond very slowly. So I can find a great bug, I will submit this bug, and the company is going to respond after 6 months, or the company is not going to respond at all. And this is a problem for me, because I invested a lot of time, a lot of energy, and they are not responding. If they are not responding, well, I will not receive my reward, right? So this is it. I want to emphasize this. Try to submit a couple of bugs that you can find quickly and see how the company is going to respond. If they are responding quickly, then carry on hacking, cooperate with them, right? So this is it. This is, related to the return on investment. You can invest a lot of time, and if the company is not going to respond, well, your time has been wasted. So you have to really think about this. Think about the return on investment. You have to really increase your likelihood, of having a good return on investment. This is how it works, and I believe that this is clear for you. Another recommendation is try to focus on the bugs that not everyone else is looking for. This is a kind of, let's say, competitive platform. There are over 100,000 hackers at HackerOne, and only the first reporter of a given vulnerability can get a payment, can get a reward. So you have to be the first one to submit a bug. And now, this is also a strategic decision. If you are going to find the classical bugs, so, the bugs that everyone else is looking for, then you increase the likelihood of finding the same bug as another bug hunter, and it will be a duplicate, and you will not get any reward, right, at the end. So again, try to find your own niche. And, well, this course is going to give you this niche, because this niche is the list of 5 bugs, non-standard bugs, but these bugs have proven to be successful. I mean, companies accept these bugs, and I've received numerous rewards for these bugs. So, yeah, this is the additional value of this course. I'm going to show you a niche for you that really, really works. And now I believe that you understand that you have to be a bit faster, you have to be smarter, and stuff like this, right? Because there are many people who are hunting for bugs. Okay, and the next point is you have to focus on the bugs that are accepted by many companies. Well, this is the prerequisite. If you want to get a payment, well, it has to be accepted. And at the very beginning, you also don't know what kind of bug may be accepted or may not be accepted by a company. And that's again the reason why I created this course. That's the reason why I'm discussing this stuff, because I want to help you to hack and get money for your findings. And I want to increase your likelihood of, receiving a payment at the very end. So that's why I discuss it, because, it's very nice if you can help other companies to improve their security, but it's also very nice when you can get your rewards at the very end. So this is it. Now we can start with our 5 bugs that, have proven to be successful. I mean, these bugs have been accepted by many companies, and I know from my experience that it really works. So we are done with this video, but I believe that this video is really important. This is about building a mindset. This is about a kind of strategy. If you think in this way at the very beginning, you will be successful. I do believe in this because I have been successful in the recent years. And if I wasn't successful, then I wouldn't create this course for you. So I really wish you good luck. And now in the next modules, I'm going to dive into these 5 bugs. So the 5 bugs you can start with. I very briefly introduced these bugs already in this course in the introduction, so you've got a kind of understanding. But now every single video, every single module will be related to kind of technical overview, so that you got a feeling of a given vulnerability, of a given bug, and then a demo, a necessary part of the course, because when you practice, when you see something, then you can just do the same steps in other programs, and this is it. You need practical knowledge. So without further delay, let me jump to these bugs, to the technical part of this course, and I hope you will have a lot of fun and you will learn a lot. So see you in the next video. Okay, welcome back. Let me discuss the first bug from a list. Automatic leakage of password reset link. So I'm going to focus on forgot password functionality, and what is related to forgot password functionality is actually password reset links, right? When you have forgotten your password, then you can just use forgot password functionality, and then the so-called password reset link is sent to your email. So this is how it works. This is very common functionality in the web applications. And this is how a password reset link looks like. Of course, the exemplary one. We've got example.com/reset.php, question mark token equal sign, and the value of this token, right? This is the password reset token. It should be long and unpredictable. So this is how it works, and I believe that you know how it works from your own experience. And now I'm going to show you a very interesting attack scenario. Let's assume that you have forgotten the password, you requested password reset link, and then you just decided to click this link, or in other words, the password reset link is visited by you, right? So you click the password reset link, and then what's going to happen is the web page is actually loaded, and you are asked to enter a new password. This is how it works. Well, the web page is loaded, but what you've got in the URL bar is the password reset link. Keep it in mind. And now let me discuss an interesting scenario of what can happen, what bad can happen with your password reset link. So here is the story. When there is a resource from an external domain that is loaded on the web page, and again, keep in mind that the password reset link is in the URL bar, then the password reset link is sent in refer header to the external domain. Let me repeat this. When the resource from an external domain is loaded on the web page, the password reset link is sent in refer header to the external domain. This is exactly how refer header works. So we've got our web page. In the URL bar, we've got a password reset link. If this web page needs to fetch a data from an external domain, like for example an image, then the browser sends out the request. And in this request, there is a refer header. And the browser takes the URL from the URL bar, puts this data, so our password reset link, into the refer header, and then the request goes out to the external domain. External domain can take a look at this request, and the external domain can ask a question, who wants to fetch the data from my domain? So the external domain takes a look at the refer header, and here is the answer. Here is the answer, who is asking about this data, who wants to fetch the data from the external domain, right? So this is how refer header works. And the interesting part here is that we definitely don't want our password reset link with the password reset token to be disclosed automatically via referral leakage to an external domain or to external domains, right? We don't want it to happen, because when it happens, then we are actually talking about disclosure of sensitive data. Very sensitive piece of data gets automatically disclosed to external domains. And yeah, it happens automatically because this is how browsers work, right? They just, fetch the data from other domains, and this kind of problem can happen. So now I believe that you understand how this attack works. You've got a kind of understanding, and you see the risk, you see the impact. The impact is really high because, well, it leads actually to account takeover, right? If the password reset link gets disclosed to external domain, then everyone from this external domain can take this password reset link. They can change your password, and that's it, right? So this is an account takeover. So now let's jump to the demo, because I want to show you how you can find if this kind of problem exists in a web application or not. So you are not only going to see this attack in action, but you also learn how to check if the web application is vulnerable to this kind of problem. And yeah, let's jump straight to the demo. Okay, guys, this is the first demo in this course, and what I'm going to show you is forgot password functionality. So I've got a testing web application here, and let's assume that I have forgotten my my password. So I'm going to use forgot password functionality. I'm going to put my email here, david@example.com, right? This is my email, and I just want to receive a password reset link, right? So let me click this, and you see that password reset link has been sent to your email. Okay, that's cool. Let me go to my mailbox right now. I'm going to log in. And so you will see that indeed I have received the password reset link. Yes, indeed it is here, and yeah, the password reset link actually is here, right? So it's inside of the email. So now I'm going to click this password reset link, and I'm going to show you how this automatic leakage of password reset link can happen. So let me click it. And this is what I see. So I'm actually, as you can see, I am asked to enter a new password, right? So it works as intended. But now the question is whether there is some kind of data that is loaded from external domain. And I'm going to show you how you can easily use DevTools to find out if a given, for example, image is loaded from external domain or not, how you can do it quickly. So basically what we've got right now, we've got password reset link in the URL bar. Please take a look out there. We are asked to enter a new password, and now we've got some kind of image here. We've got some kind of image here, right? So let me use DevTools. DevTools are built into the browser, so I can easily use them to, to quickly learn something about the web application. Right now I'm going to open DevTools, and I will use the inspector in DevTools, because when I've got inspector, I can move my mouse over a given element and I can just see the underlying HTML, right? And what you can see here is that this image is loaded from domain silesiasecurity.lab.com. And yeah, so this kind of attack, leakage of password reset link, should happen in this web app, right? Because we've got password reset link in the URL, and this image has been actually loaded from external domain, right? My application, my testing web application, is hosted on the domain example.com. The image is loaded from silesiasecurity.lab.com. So we've got two different domains. Cool. So this problem should happen, and now I'm going to show you how you can check on your own if this problem happens in the web application or not. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go to the Network tab right now. In the DevTools, you've got also the Network tab, and Network tab is really cool because in the Network tab, you can just see the outgoing requests from the browser. And this is exactly what I want to do. So I want to reload this web page. So this is like clicking the password reset link again from the mailbox. I'm going to reload it, and I'm going to observe the outgoing requests from the browser. So let me do it. And that's why I'm using Network tab in the DevTools. So let me reload it. Right? And cool. You see that 4 requests have been sent, 3 requests to domain example.com, and 1 request to domain silesiasecurity.lab.com. And this is the request that was sent to fetch image.png from this domain. So let me now click this request and see the details, right? Because I want to show you the referrer header out there. Let me make it a little bit bigger right now. And yeah, this request, let me go down, and I want to show you the request headers. So as you can see here, the host is silesiasecurity.lab.com. And now let me show you the referrer header. Can you see that? What we've got in the referrer header is the password reset link. Example.com/reset.php !token and the value of my password reset token. So my password reset token, my password reset link has been automatically disclosed to the external domain at the time of fetching the image from the external domain. This is how it works. Now I believe that this is clear, and now you also know how you can check if this problem exists in the web application. So you can go, take your program, take the web application, and now just follow the steps, and you can find out whether this problem happens or not. So this is how it works. You see that this is a really severe problem, and yeah, very nice bug. This is basically it. In this demo, I believe that everything is clear. I hope that you like it. So let me right now jump to the second bug from our list. Welcome back, guys. The second bug from our list of 5 carefully selected bugs. How to get access to the account of the logged out user. So let me make some kind of introduction. When the user has been authenticated to the web application, so the authentication is typically, providing email and password, then the only piece of data that is used by the web application to recognize the user is a cookie with session ID, the so-called authentication cookie. And this is what you, let's say, have to know at the very beginning of our journey in this case. Now, I'm gonna tell you something about log out functionality, right? So the user is going to log out. And what typically happens in web applications is like this. When the user logs out, the authentication cookie is deleted from the user's browser. Well, it's deleted from the user browser, so the user can no longer go to his profile because, well, the user seems to be no longer logged in, right? Because there is no authentication cookie. It has been deleted. But the question is right now, does it actually mean that the user is really logged out? Well, the cookie was deleted from the user's browser, but is it enough? The answer is no, it's not enough. It's definitely not enough, because the authentication cookie has to be invalidated on the server side at the time of logging out. In other words, it doesn't matter what happens on the client side, so what happens in the browser of the user, like deleting the cookie with session ID. It doesn't matter. What matters is what happens on the server side. So you have to invalidate the authentication cookie on the server side at the time of logging out. Then the user is really logged out. If it doesn't happen, then the attacker can get access to the account of the logged out user. And now let me explain it even more. When you just delete the authentication cookie from the browser of the user, then the user seems to be logged out. But from the point of view of the server, from the point of view of the web application, the user is still logged in, right? So this is it. This is a kind of, it may be mysterious at the very beginning that the user seems to be logged out, but in fact, he is still logged in. But this is how it works. Now I believe that you follow my reasoning, and I have seen quite many web applications that were vulnerable to this kind of attack. And of course, the impact here is very nice. It's like, getting access to the account of the logged out user. Very nice, very, very cool. So now, without further delay, let me jump to the demo. Let me show you how it really works. I really want you to understand all the details here, and I want you to be able to check if the web application of your own choice is vulnerable to this problem or not. So let's jump right now to the demo. Welcome back in the demo. Now I'm gonna play with logout functionality. So first what I have to do is log in. So let me do it right now. So I'll click login. And you see in the upper right corner that indeed I am logged in. My name is out there, David. You see the logged out button, right? So far, so good. Now I am authenticated. So I'm going to first show you my authenticated session ID. As I already told you, my session ID is stored in a cookie. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go to my cookies manager. I'm using cookies manager plus here because with this cookies manager, I can just easily play with the cookies in my browser. So what you can see here is that there is a cookie named PHP says ID. And well, this is actually my cookie with session ID. So this is very sensitive cookie, and this is actually my authentication cookie, right? Because it stores the session ID, the authenticated session ID. Okay, let me now do something like this. You see that the value is quite long, random. The name of this cookie is PHP says ID. This cookie is the host is example.com. So this is the cookie related with my web application hosted on the domain example.com. But the crucial point right now is that this is authenticated session ID, right? I'm gonna copy this right now and I'm going to paste it in a document here. So this is authenticated session ID, or in other words, this is my authentication cookie, right? Okay, now I'm gonna log out. So let me go to my web application. I'm gonna log out. And now you see that I am no longer logged in. In the upper right corner, you can see login and sign up. Let me go back to the cookies manager. The same cookie PHP says ID. And again, I'm going to copy the value of this cookie. But now this is non-authenticated session ID because I am logged out. Let me copy this and let me paste it here. And this is non-authenticated session ID, right? Cool. So what you can see is like this. I logged out and my authenticated session ID was replaced by non-authenticated session ID. It's quite obvious, and the values are different. So I've got non-authenticated session ID, so I cannot get access to my profile. This is what happened on the client side. This is what happened in my browser. The question is, what happened on the server side? In other words, can I still use the old authenticated session ID and get access to my account or not? I shouldn't be able to do this because I logged out. But well, as I told you, it's important what happens on the server side, not what happens on the client side. And you have to check if your cookie with session ID was invalidated on the server side at the time of logging out or not. So let me check this out. I'm going to copy my old authenticated session ID. So let me highlight it again. Let me copy this and let me paste it to my cookies manager, right? I'm gonna edit the value of this cookie. I'm gonna paste it here and I'm gonna save it. So let's see if I can get access to my account or not. I'm gonna just refresh it. And voila, in the upper right corner, my name and logout. It clearly shows that the logout doesn't work as intended. It looks like that I am logged out, but now you can clearly see that I am still logged in because the cookie with authenticated session ID was not invalidated on the server side at the time of logging out. And this is how you can do this kind of testing. This is how you can check if this problem happens in your web application that you are testing or not. So yeah, this is it. And let me summarize. Don't trust very much in what you see, right? If you see something, don't make a lot of assumptions. Always think about the entire system and how it works and think what can go wrong, right? So here, I, as a hacker, I don't trust what I see. I just understand the problem and I want to find out if there is a vulnerability in session management here or not that allows me to get access to the account of the logged out user. I hope this is clear. I hope that you like it, and let me jump to the next bug on our list. Welcome back, guys. The next problem, insecure processing of credit card data. Credit card data, this is something very interesting, and this is something very sensitive. Credit card number, CVV2, which is an authorization code, very sensitive piece of data. And naturally, we don't want this sensitive data to be insecurely processed. And in this video, I'm gonna show you what can go wrong in the web applications. And I find this problem, I would say, quite often in web applications. And well, credit card data is ubiquitous in almost every single e-shopping, e-commerce. We've got this kind of payment, and that's why I also discuss this stuff, because this is a bug that works, right? Okay, so what can go wrong actually? One of the things that can go wrong is like this. This sensitive data, so credit card data, will be cached and will be cached in plain text when autocomplete off is not implemented. And of course, we don't want our sensitive data to be cached in plain text. I believe that this is quite obvious. Think about passwords and other kind of sensitive data. We never want our sensitive data to be cached in plain text, right? And this is it. I believe that this is quite obvious for you. And the companies like this kind of bug because, you know, credit card data is something that are really concerned about. And if you find any kind of weakness in processing of this sensitive data, they are happy to accept it in vast amount of situations, and they will reward you for something like this. And you can really quickly find out if this problem happens in the web application or not. And this is what I'm going to show you. So we're going to analyze the client-side code in order to check if this problem happens in the web application or not. And what's going to happen in a minute is a demo, because we want more practice, you know, we want hands-on stuff. We want to be able to find these bugs, and this is it. So without further delay, let me go to the demo. Hello guys, how are you? I hope that you are still excited about this course and you can't wait to see the next demo. So now I'm gonna show you how to play with credit card data processing, or how to figure out if this kind of data is securely or insecurely processed in the web application. Right now, what you can see in the upper right corner is my name, and you see also log out. So it basically means that I am authenticated right now. You see the profile here. So let me go down here. So you see my name is David. You can see my email like david@example.com. Let me go down, and we've got also credit card number, expiration date, and CVV2, right? So the expiration date is already out there. And now I'm gonna show you how you can do this kind of testing. So I'm gonna put some credit card number and CVV2 in this web application. This is testing web application, so I don't have here validation and stuff like this. I'm gonna show you actually how to start working with this problem, how to find out if the problem exists or not. So I don't need this kind of validation. So credit card number, I put, for example, I don't know, a lot of fours right here. So 4444, and in CVV2 I will provide, so this is the authorization code, I will provide something like, I don't know, 999, right? And now I'm going to click update credit card information. Let me click update, and what I see, success. Credit card information updated. That's great. Let me go down. What I see, well, I don't see the credit card number, I don't see CVV2, but I want to find out if my data, my credit card data, has been cached in plain text or not. How to do it? Just go back to the credit card number and start typing your credit card number. My credit card number, the testing credit card number, was 44444, right? A lot of fours. 4. Can you see that? I started typing 4, and what I see here is the entire credit card number presented in plain text. Great. Now I can take a screenshot and I can submit this kind of stuff to the program at HackerOne, right? This is what I can do. And the same happens with CVV2. My CVV2 was like 999, I believe. So let me start with 9. Yes, I see 999 because again, CVV2 was cached in plain text. That's why you see what you see, right? 999. So this is it. This is how you can check very easily if this problem happens in the web application or not. Okay, so far so good. Now let me show you how this is related to autocomplete off. Because I told you that this kind of problem is related with autocomplete off. If there is no autocomplete off, then this problem can happen. So let me go to the source code here and let me show you that indeed autocomplete off is missing for both credit card number and CVV2. So for this purpose, I will again open the DevTools and yeah, let me make it a little bit smaller. And now again, inspector, and I will highlight this field, right? This field is highlighted. So what I can see is input class form control name CC. This is a credit card number, so the name of this input field is CC. As you can see clearly, there is no autocomplete off here. And that is why the credit card number is cached in plain text, right? So now you see the source code and you see also again the beauty of the inspector and how you can use the inspector to very clearly see what is in the underlying source code, right? I can do right now the same with CVV2. Let me move it down. And this time I can see input class form control, but the name is CVV, right? Because this is actually the CVV2 field. But again, there is no autocomplete off, and this is the root cause of the problem. Okay, great. Now you can see how your credit card data can be insecurely processed in the web application, and this is it. So I believe this is clear, and let me jump to the next bug from our list. Okay guys, how are you? I hope that you are still very excited about this course. Now I'm gonna discuss the bug number 4 from our list, disclosure of authentication cookie. As you already know, the authentication cookie is actually the cookie with session ID. We have already played with this cookie in one of the previous videos. I talked about authenticated session ID, non-authenticated session ID, and this kind of stuff. In this video, I'm gonna give you an introduction to secure processing of cookie with session ID, or in other words, how your cookie with session ID can be disclosed over insecure channel. So as you already know, this is very sensitive piece of data. When the attacker is able to grab your cookie with session ID or authentication cookie, then actually the game is over, right? Because the attacker can get access to your account. So what you also know right now is that session ID is used by the web application to recognize the user. This is what I already discussed. And now let's ask the question like this. My web application is protected by HTTPS. Shall I worry about the disclosure of authentication cookie? Very nice question. And the answer is yes, you should. Because the fact that your web application is protected by HTTPS, well, it doesn't solve all problems. You also have to process securely your cookie with session ID. So this is, as you already know, very sensitive piece of data. And here is the very important piece of knowledge. If the authentication cookie was set without secure flag, then it can be disclosed over insecure HTTP. This is it. So what you can do in terms of cookie processing, you can set a cookie with secure attribute or secure flag, right? Normally, the cookies are set via set cookie header, and you can specify additional attributes like secure flag. When you specify it, then the browser knows that, secure flag means send the cookie only over secure HTTPS. But when you don't specify secure flag, then the cookie will be sent both via insecure HTTP and via secure HTTPS. So, we don't want our sensitive cookie to be disclosed over insecure HTTP. That's why we have to really take care of setting a cookie with secure flag. Now, I believe that this is clear for you. And we have to check how it works in the web application, right? That we are testing, and how we can really prove that the cookie with session ID can leak over insecure channel even if the web application is protected by secure HTTPS. So let me jump to the demo. Let me show you how it works in practice. And let's carry on. Welcome in the demo. Let's play with the authentication cookie. As you can see in the upper right corner, you see my name, David. You see that I am really logged in because you see my profile. What I'm going to show you right now is, again, I'm going to show you my cookie with session ID. So let me go to Cookies Manager, and here it is. The name of the cookie is PHP You see some random value out there. It's random, it's long, it's good. The host is example.com, but let's take a look at this stuff. Send for any type of connection. This is really, really cool for hackers, because it basically means that this cookie can be sent over insecure HTTP or secure HTTPS. So this is a clear message for me, for tester, for hacker, that this cookie has been set without secure attribute. And now I'm going to show you that indeed this cookie can be disclosed over insecure HTTP. Okay, so far so good. Let me now do something like this. I'm going to intercept the outgoing request from my browser. I'm going to send the request over HTTP, and I'm going to intercept this request, and I'm going to show you that this cookie with session ID can be disclosed over insecure HTTP request, right? Okay, so in order to do it, I need a kind of interceptor. And what I've got in my testing environment is a proxy with interceptor, actually. So I'm using here Burp Suite, which is an integrated tool for web app security testing. One of the functionalities out there in this tool is a proxy, and in this proxy you get an interceptor so that you can really intercept the outgoing traffic, from the browser. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna send the request over HTTP, and I'm gonna just intercept this request. Okay, so let me now go to my web application. Let me go to web application, and now you see that, my web application is protected by HTTPS. HTTPS is secure, it guarantees confidentiality, integrity, and authentication, but I'm going to send the request over HTTP, over insecure protocol, right? HTTP is insecure, this is just plain text, and now I'm gonna, send out this request, and you will see how this request looks like in the proxy. So in the real attack scenario, I'm going to send a link over HTTP to victim. The victim is going to click the link, and the attacker, the so-called man in the middle, can see the traffic sent in the plain text, because HTTP is plain text, right? So let me now do it. Let me hit enter. And this is my request. As you can see, this request goes over insecure HTTP to domain example.com. And what is crucial in this demo is that the cookie with session ID has been appended to this request. So what we've got here is a disclosure of cookie with session ID over insecure HTTP. Voila, the game over. Now the man in the middle can get access to my account, right? Beautiful. And now let me show you something even more interesting. And maybe it will be a kind of eye-opener for you. Because I told you that this kind of attack works in the web application protected by secure HTTPS. And indeed, you saw that my web application is protected by secure HTTPS. But let me now take this request, click right, and send to repeater. I want to show you something. I want to have on one screen the request and response, right? And I'm gonna send this request again. So let me click go. Now, there is something very interesting. Please take a look. On the left side, we've got the request. The request, as you already know, goes over insecure HTTP, and our cookie has been disclosed, right? Over insecure HTTP, but the response is very interesting. In the response, you see something like this here. 301 moved permanently, and the location is here. The location is https://example.com/profile.php. So the web application is trying to redirect you to secure HTTPS protected version of profile.php, right? So you see that indeed HTTPS is enforced in this web application, right? Every single attempt to reach a given resource via HTTP results in HTTPS redirection, right? Or redirection to HTTPS protected resource. But be really careful here. The leakage of cookie with session ID happens before the redirection. This is beautiful. So even if you've got this redirection, you see the response, you are redirected to secure HTTPS protected page profile.php. This is good that you've got this HTTPS enforcement, but the leakage happened before the redirection. That's why enforcing HTTPS or having HTTPS protected a web page is not enough. You here clearly see that when you don't process the cookie securely, then the leakage happens before the redirection and the game is over. I believe that this is clear for you. This is really an eye-opener for many people because people think that HTTPS solves all problems. Not necessarily. Here you see an interesting attack scenario that can happen in HTTPS protected web page. So I believe this is clear. I believe that now you can check if this kind of problem can happen in your own web application or in the web application that you are testing. So let's finish this demo and let's jump to another bug, the bug number 5 on our list. Welcome back, guys. User enumeration. What I'm going to show you in this video is how the attacker can build up a list of registered users in the web application. So we don't want the attacker to be able to enumerate the users of the web application, right? We don't want it to happen because, it's definitely not good from security point of view that the attacker may be able to build up a list of all registered users in the web application. We don't want it to happen. But we testers, hackers, we need to learn if this user enumeration attack is possible or not. And this is what I'm going to show you in this video. So the question is how to do it, how to check if the user enumeration is possible or not. So what you basically have to do is you have to check how the web application responds to existing and non-existing emails. This is a kind of recipe for you, right? So if you want to check if user enumeration is possible, just do this quick test. How the web application responds to existing and non-existing emails. In other words, is there any difference? Can we learn something from these responses? Can we differentiate if the email is registered or not, if the email is existing or non-existing, right? This kind of thinking. And I'm gonna show you in a minute in a demo how it works. What's more, attackers are smart. They will try user enumeration not only in login functionality, which is the most natural starting point of this attack, right? They are smart and they are trying to find any other way of building up this list of registered users. So forgot password functionality is also a good point to launch this attack, right? And this is it. What I have seen in many web applications is that as long as we are talking about login functionality, user enumeration is prevented. You cannot do it. But on the other hand, when I go to forgot password functionality, I can really learn who is registered in the web application and who is not. And this is this kind of smart thinking. This is what hackers do. If they got a goal, they try to reach this goal using different paths, right? If you've got a goal and you want to achieve this goal, try different ways of achieving this goal, right? And this is it. Try different ways of doing the same thing. So don't give up if you see that this kind of attack is not possible via login functionality. Focus also on forgot password functionality, and then you may be successful. And this is exactly what I'm going to show you in the demo. So now it's time to go to the demo. Now it's time to show you in practice how it works. And yeah, now let me stop talking for a while and let me jump to the demo right now. Welcome back in the demo. User enumeration. So let me start with login functionality. Let me, as I already explained to you in the previous video, let me start with existing email and non-existing email, and let's see how the web application responds. So my email is david@example.com. Well, I am the user of this web application. I am registered out there. So, well, I know that this is, existing email. And now I'm going to provide some arbitrary password, right? I just want to see if the web application is going to tell me something about this email, if this is registered email or not. Well, I know that this is registered email, but, in case of other emails, I don't know it. So I just have to see how the web application responds, because this is something what I need to learn to see if other emails are registered or not, right? So let me now click login, and let's see the response. Wrong email and or password. Well, when you've got this message, you don't know what is wrong, email and or password. So now let's try with some arbitrary email, like whatever@whatever.com, and arbitrary password. Let's see how it works for non-existing email, right? Wrong email and or password. The same response. So I have completely no chance to learn anything here, right? Providing existing email, non-existing email, or in other words, registered or non-registered, I cannot figure out which one is registered and which one is not, right? Okay, but as I told you, don't give up. Hackers are smart and hackers will try to reach their goal in a number of different ways. Now let me go to forgot password functionality. In forgot password functionality, I'm asked to enter my email, and then the password reset link will be sent to this email. So now when I provide my email here and I click send password reset link, then I see a message, password reset link has been sent to your email. That's cool. That's cool. But how does the web app respond to non-existing email? Let's check this out. Whatever@whatever, right, .com, send password reset link. Email doesn't exist. So yeah, we've got it. We have found that user enumeration via forgot password functionality is possible because the system responds differently. The web app responds differently for registered email and non-registered email, right? And this is how you can start building a list of registered emails. Now do some kind of automation here, and voila, you will learn who is registered, who is not. And that's it. I've got two different types of responses for registered emails and unregistered emails. This is it. This is how it works. And in a real attack, the attacker would do some kind of automation here. But when you do hacking, you need to provide a kind of proof of concept. You need to show the program owner or the company how you can build this list of registered emails. And what I explained to you is enough, right? We see in forgot password functionality two different responses for registered and unregistered emails. And this is how we can differentiate who is registered, who is not registered. This is how we can start building this list. And here is how the attacker can build this list as well. So you see, try to be smart. Don't give up too early. Try also other functionalities in the web application. If you've got a goal in your mind, try to be open-minded, and then you can reach your goal. I believe that this is clear, and basically this is it in this demo. Okay, guys, we have already covered 5 bugs from our list. And now it's time to make a summary. It was really fast and I really enjoyed this journey, and I hope that everything was clear up till now. So first I introduced you to HackerOne. HackerOne really is powerful. It's fantastic. You can hack legally and get paid for your findings, right? You can hack the best companies in the world. You can get the money for your findings. You can have a lot of fun, and there is a plethora of opportunities for you. Well, there are different rewards. You can earn $100, $1,000, or even $10,000 per bug. It's just amazing. And of course, the more severe the bug is, the higher reward you can get. Every single program has different, kind of tables, how much money you can get for a different kind of vulnerability, but there are many options. What was also very important part of this course was the list of 5 bugs to start with. I wanted to give you the knowledge related to what works, right? What bugs are accepted, what bugs, I recommend you to start with, why, what is the mindset of the bug hunter, and how you should think to find these bugs. And of course, I covered the technical details of every single bug from this list, right? So 5 bugs that have proven to be successful for me in the recent years. Now I want you to benefit from this knowledge as well. I don't want you to experiment too much, with different things. You've got it. You've understand it. So let's make the most of this knowledge. So very briefly, what was covered, in this list of 5 bugs, I presented to you how password reset link from the web application can be automatically disclosed to external domains. Very nice, very powerful attack that leads to account takeover, right? Then I told you how you can get access to the account of the logged out user. Remember, what you see is what you see. Don't trust it very much. You have to understand the details, and now you know that it's important what happens on the server side, not necessarily what happens on the client side, right? After that, I discussed insecure processing of credit card data. We've got credit card data processing in a vast amount of places. I presented how your credit card data can be cached in plain text. We don't want it to happen. Now you know how you can test for this kind of a problem. After that, I discussed disclosure of authentication cookie. Authentication cookie is a very sensitive piece of data. When the user is authenticated, then this is actually the only piece of data that is used by the web application to recognize the user. If there is any kind of disclosure of this cookie, then the game is over. And very important message to you, even if your web app is protected by secure HTTPS, this kind of disclosure can happen if your cookie has not been set with secure flag. This is what I presented step by step in the demo. And last but not least, I discussed user enumeration. I presented to you how the attacker can build up a list of all users registered in the web application. You also learned about smart thinking of hackers. hackers don't give up too early. If they cannot achieve their goal in one way, they try to find another way of reaching their goal. And here you learned how the attacker can also enumerate users via forgot password functionality, right? So basically, this is it. This is a good starter for you. As I already told you, it has proven to be successful for me. I want you to be successful as well. I hope that you like this course, and I really want you to be successful. So let me wish you good luck. I hope that it has been informative for you. Have a good day, and see you guys in one of my upcoming courses. Bye bye.